All right, Coach Roddick. So several months ago in ITA kickoff weekend, brand new freshmen, a lot of freshmen getting their early matches. You guys lose to Tulsa 1-4. Today, you beat them in the final regular season match before a conference tournament. What does that mean to you?
Yeah, our guys, we had a tough start. It's easy to kind of give up and look towards next year. But our guys have fought hard and done what they need to do to put themselves in position for, either a conference championship or an at-large bid. I mean, now we feel like we can play for it and not have to worry too much about what happens around us. And so, we feel like we control our own destiny, which is today is probably the first day that we do. And so you're proud of the guys for that, because it could have been easy just to give up, lose a couple more matches, and we don't have this opportunity. So to fight where they've come from, and 7 freshmen total on the team, 4 in the starting lineup, it's a pretty good effort. They'll grow from this. Regardless of how we finish, they're going to be a lot better next year and the year after because of this year.
You have almost all freshmen. You have 4 out of 2 courts, mainly out of freshmen. What have you seen from the growth of those players like Liam, Francisco, Yassine, that have really gotten a lot of regular playing time over the course of the season?
I mean, Yassine has turned into, we started him off at 1. He's a heck of a talent. I mean, he's one of the most talented players in the country. Overall, and he's got a really bright future. And we started him at 1 to see what he could do, and took a few lumps, so we moved him down a little bit with the idea of, okay, now it's time to win these matches. And that's part of development, is putting those kind of players in a good position to win every match. And we felt 3 was that spot for him, and he's really done a good job there of starting to, he still does a few little things that'll get him in trouble if he was playing a little higher in the lineup, but he's learning from those and able to overcome them. And he's really developed into a good player, and the future's bright for him. And Liam is the same thing. He's kind of moved up in the lineup as we've gone through the year, and a couple 7-6 in the thirds. He's starting to be one of those guys, like, it might not be pretty sometimes, but that's the guy you want out there at the end, because he's coming through at the end, and he does the right things at the end, whether it's coming forward. He's not afraid to miss. If he does the right thing and makes an error, it doesn't bother him that much, and that's how we coach. And so we just want guys doing the right things regardless of what the outcome is, because we know in the long run the outcome will be good. But so Liam's one of those guys. So those 2 guys really come into their own in the last 6-8 weeks.
You also have Boggy coming down right to the wire in both sets, really. And of course, this was his senior day. What did you see out of Boggy's performance, and how big was his senior presence?
Yeah, to come out on senior day, Cody Pearson, the Tulsa guy, is one of the tougher outs. I'm always really impressed with him. I told him that after the match. We haven't beaten Cody that many times. Actually, I don't even know if we have. I don't worry about it too much. But I always know when we're playing that guy, you have to finish the last point, or else you don't win. Leighton had him last year on the road, and Cody snuck out of it, and so he almost snuck out of it again here. But that's what he does. It's not surprising. It's not a fluke. And for Boggy on senior day to win a match like that is really impressive, and I'm really happy for him.
So you ended up scheduling a pretty impromptu match with UAB out on the road too. So can you tell me a little about how that came about and what made you decide to do that?
That's the NCAA 500 rule. All the coaches were against that rule. It costs athletic departments money, because then we have to go and add it. You want to schedule tough. No coaches want to worry about if we're 500 or not. I remember I've seen teams that were 20 in the country that were 8 and 11, and they were really good. They just played 20 really tough matches. And we'd rather schedule that way, and we had votes on that, which was basically unanimous. But the NCAA went against all of us, and so now we have to do that stuff sometimes. And if we have a young team, we have a slow start. We don't like to do it. I've only had to do it maybe twice as a head coach ever, and nobody's for that. And who wants to go on a midweek match, and miss school after a long season? But that's what the NCAA decided is best for the student athlete, so that's what we do.
Well, so considering that you had to do that, and you had to come back here and then take on Tulsa, who you played before, what does it mean to you that you'd be able to finish off the regular season like this, winning your last, I think, 4?
Well, yeah, we have to win. These are must wins for us. So whether it's in Birmingham, actually, I think they were 16-4 or something when we played them, and they were a good team. It was 4-2. That was no gimme when we went on the road there. So every match for us has been a must win for really since Oklahoma State. That kind of the SMU star for us. I think we've lost once since then. We kind of just went with the mindset that pretty much every match was a must-win. We know it was a must-win to be 500 and to do it. That's why we had to add a match. So but I'm proud of the guys to set that goal to go undefeated the rest of the year. And we only lost one side of that run is pretty good, and I'm proud of the guys for that. Since that Oklahoma State match, we talked about it, said, okay, we don't have margin for error, and we're playing well enough to win all these matches. And you're not going to always win them all, but to go through and really only have the one loss, and we played well now against Memphis. We didn't play badly. We didn't give them that match. So, we've done well with that. We haven't given away matches, and I'm proud of the guys for that.
So considering your play against AAC opponents through the course of the regular season, you're going into this AAC Conference Championship, your last one in the American, as the host. What do you think this team needs to do in order to have a good performance?
Yeah. Well, technically we're not the host. The USTA is, but that's okay. And we're still playing at a very familiar place for us, and we wanted to win the conference. Being the last year in the conference, but I like the conference. I like the American conference. We've as the coaches in this conference, we all get along well. We're gonna miss some of it. We're gonna miss part of it now. Our budgets will be a little better and things like that, which always help. But that's the whole reason behind everything. But I've gotten along well with the conference administrator. They've always run a good tournament. So there's things about it we're gonna miss for sure. And we're gonna keep playing all the top American teams in our schedule, because the Big 12 schedule really is, on the men's side, is small. So we have to have good matches in March. And I've got a pretty good relationship with all the coaches in the conference, and we're gonna keep playing all of them. And not every team, but the ones we've been playing on our schedule, we're gonna keep playing them. And we need that, and they need it, because they don't have a conference schedule either. So it's kind of in both our interests to keep doing it. So we're gonna keep doing that.
Awesome. Well, best of luck later this week, Coach.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.